Okay, just one moment. Your life.
All right, I am going to call the 7th meeting on the Subcommittee on Rescheduling, Descheduling to order. First, I'm going to take roll call and then we'll go into item 1, public comment. Is Subcommittee Member Hughes present?
Actually, this is Shelly. Sorry, my speaker's.
You're breaking out a little bit, Member Hughes.
I didn't hear if you called my name.
I did, sorry. I was just making sure you were present.
I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. And how about Subcommittee Member Dr. Bertolo?
I'm here.
And then Subcommittee Member Andrew Klein, unfortunately, cannot join us today. And I have not heard anything from Subcommittee Member Mitch Britton, but if he joins, he may join late, but I don't know if he'll be in attendance. Nonetheless, we have 3 out of the 5 members present, so we're going to proceed. Moving on to item 1, public comment.
To provide public comment via Zoom, visit ccb.nv.gov, click the Public Meetings tab, and then select Commission Meetings. The link to the meeting can be found on today's agenda. You may also join by phone by calling 669-444-9171. Enter webinar ID 859-7449-2666, followed by passcode 089487. If you wish to provide public comment, click the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen if joining by Zoom. If joining by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes. We will let you know when you have 30 seconds left of your time. James Creel, go ahead.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
My name is James Creel. I'd like to go on the record. I am speaking on behalf, excuse me, on behalf of Coalition for Patient Rights. CPR is committed to advancing the rights of all patients in the pursuit of accessing safe and effective medical cannabis treatments. In light of ongoing debates surrounding the federal regulation of cannabis, CPR has carefully considered the implications of both decriminalization and rescheduling on many levels, especially in relation to patient and civil rights. From the heartbeat of our patients, CPR finds that decriminalization and descheduling best serves the needs of our patients, community, and the underserved. This position was based on current empirical data that cannabis has been used safely throughout history for centuries and that it existed and was legal prior to the creation of both the FDA and DEA, in which cannabis should never have been placed on the schedule to begin with. In addition, the majority of states, through a patchwork of current state laws, are in favor of its medical or adult use in multiple forms, deemed legal as a safe treatment option that have been beneficial in part of millions of patients' treatment plans. Cannabis is in need to be descheduled and decriminalized so that the simple plant can be treated as such. I'm going to skip through the definitions. I've asked that this document, the official statement of CPR, be placed on the record, and I've gotten confirmation that it will be. However, I'm going to pick up on consideration, section 3. Several key arguments based on legal principles, public policy considerations, and many other practical implications support descheduling cannabis altogether as opposed to just rescheduling it. The following considerations were made. Constitutional considerations. The Controlled Substances Act is a federal regulatory framework that affects interstate commerce, individual liberties, and states' rights, as well as scheduling the controlled substances for identification and regulation. Cannabis is completely freed from the CSA's purview by descheduling, ending federal prohibition and reestablishing individual and states' rights to regulate accordingly.
30 seconds.
State sovereignty and federalism. The CSA framework does not fully respect states' rights and sovereignty when cannabis is moved to a lower schedule. It just perpetuates the ongoing contradictions. Conflicts between state and federal law are perpetuated by states that have decided to legalize cannabis for medical or recreational uses. States would be able to regulate cannabis as they see fit without interference from the federal government if it were descheduled.
Sir, that's your time.
I wanted to put on the record too, sir, and I should have done this before I opened public comment, that we did receive written comment from CPR prior to the subcommittee meeting that that was circulated to the subcommittee members and was reviewed beforehand as well.
Peggy Shaner, go ahead. Oh. Click unmute to begin your comment.
Okay. Am I done?
No, you may begin.
Oh, I'm just apologizing because I have no public comments. I don't know how that happened, that I was apparently I pushed the wrong button. I apologize. I have no comment.
Thank you. Jason Greninger, go ahead.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Thank you. I'd like to continue. My name is Jason Greninger, for the record, Greninger, and I'd like to continue on with our CPR statement representing. And would like to point out, and with considerations, that the public health and access to medicine, if cannabis is rescheduled, significant regulatory barriers may still be present, making it difficult for patients in need for researchers to conduct research and obtain medical cannabis for legitimate purposes. These obstacles are removed when cannabis is descheduled, allowing more extensive research, development, and access to cannabis-based medications for patients. The current status with marginalization and racial disparities. Cannabis's current Schedule I status has had a disproportionately negative impact on marginalized communities, resulting in mass incarcerations and the continuation of racial disparities in the criminal justice system. Placing cannabis into yet another schedule would not solve the marginalization of racial disparities. The legal recreational market will continue profiting, making billions of dollars while the incarcerated sit idle, unjustly awaiting their release. Descheduling cannabis promotes social justice and equity while acknowledging the war on drugs as failure and allowing the acquittal of prior cannabis-related convictions. The financial opportunities in business development, the federal banking laws, regulations, financing difficulties, and ongoing tax issues will also impact the cannabis industry if the industry is rescheduled. Access to regular banking solutions, investment opportunities, and interstate businesses are all made possible by the descheduling of cannabis, which also promotes business growth and career development. International consequences. It may be difficult to implement global drug policy if the cannabis plant remains to be rescheduled with the CSA framework. In violation of several international drug treaties and conventions, the United States would be leading the way in reforming foreign substance treaties by advancing proof-based drug policies worldwide, descheduling cannabis. And the options. Decriminalization. Decriminalization would also remove federal restrictions, allowing for broader research, opening it up beyond universities, development, and free distribution of other medical cannabis products without incrimination.
30 seconds.
This would enhance patients' access to diverse treatment options, eliminate the drive for black market products, and facilitate innovation in medical cannabis therapies. And most importantly, it would reduce the risk of legal consequences for patients using cannabis for medical purposes and less likely to incriminate patients with archaic DUID laws that are only based on speculation.
Sir, that's your
addition-
time.
Thank you.
Jeff Kranek, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Cranach, on the record, Krajnak. I'm a member, president of Coalition for Patients' Rights, and also the Pardon Me Please. I'm in here arguing of favor of descheduling cannabis over rescheduling. Makes a strong case based on social justice, economic opportunities, and international drug policy reform, states' rights, constitutional principles, and public consideration. Cannabis regulation at the federal level and international levels can now be more equitable, just as sustainable thanks to robust framework deschedulizing the cannabis plant, which also eliminates federal prohibition. Coalition for Patients' Right advocates have patient-centered approach to medical cannabis policy reform and prioritizes safe access, product safety, and even patient autonomy. While both decriminalization and rescheduling may offer incremental improvements, descheduling offers the most promising pathway to advancing patients' rights and improving healthcare outcome as a result. CPR calls for a continued dialogue and collaboration to address complex challenges and opportunities surrounding medical cannabis regulations. However, we lean towards descheduling. That is all.
Katrina Saunders, go ahead.
Hello, thank you for your time today. Katrina Saunders for the record. I am a longtime patient and advocate in Las Vegas, Nevada, globally, nationwide, supporting patients' rights for safe access, helping patients have safe access here, helping the state make millions of dollars. I still find myself having to navigate through the system. Although SB 277 was written to help kind of mitigate, I still have to jump through hoops and fill out paperwork, which brings up tremendous PTSD from having to go through my paperwork, from helping patients, and then watching people build an industry that I helped contribute to financially, and then still having to deal with issues from the justice system. Not only with the state of Nevada, also at a federal level, my record is still messed up. Still things I'm having to deal with 10 years later after helping build an industry should not be. I should have more support. In 2019, in the Nevada Current, Dana Gentry wrote an article about weed injustice and called it a civil rights issue. I've dealt with civil rights issues at a state level, at a federal level, systematically, having them change the law to exclude me. I've had to watch myself and others be excluded from federal felonies from helping patients have safe access. And now there's industry corruption and collusion. We're having a new person be on the board of CCB because Tyler Klein has had to step down. We had to change from the CCB, from the Department of Taxation, because there was corruption and collusion there. There's things that also need to be called out on a federal level. It needs to be descheduled for safe access so people can have research and that people can get the treatment that they need and not be stigmatized in all 50 states, so that we can have a uniform treatment plan so people can begin to heal. You guys talk about you guys is having things for taxes, but nobody talks about the people that are sitting still in prison while there's $1 billion industry flourishing. There should be people, freedom first, and then you guys can worry about cash.
30
Thank
seconds.
you. This is Katrina Saunders, and I'm representing myself. Thank you for your time.
Chair, there's no additional comment.
All right, I will now move to item 2, which is introduction of Executive Director James Hum. Welcome to our subcommittee meeting. It's our 7th and hopefully our last. So I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Chair. Yes, I just wanted to jump on just to thank the subcommittee members for for their incredible work here. As you mentioned, the 7th meeting. Again, special thanks to the chair, Ashley Balducci, as I know how much time and effort she's put into this, taking away nothing from the other members. So report's great. Super happy to bring it to the CAC in a couple weeks here. So again, I just want to commend you all. Thank you for your service to the state. Our agency specifically, we just cannot thank you enough and really appreciate all the hard work you put in. So thank you. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item 3, consideration for approval of the January 19th, 2024 rescheduling, descheduling subcommittee meeting minutes. I just want to double check before we get a motion on this item to see if everyone's had an opportunity to review those minutes. Member Hughes, Member Bertolo, have you seen the minutes? We're both shaking your head, so sounds like that's a yes. I did so as my I did as well, and I didn't find any typographical errors. But I'm going to open it up for discussion if any other members had any typos or anything they wanted fixed. Oh, and I see that subcommittee member Britton just joined.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for being late.
No, we appreciate you being able to make it. Thank you. Did you have an opportunity to review the minutes?
I did. Yes, I had an opportunity to look at those and I did not see any issues.
All right, thank you. Hughes and Bertolode, are you good with the minutes?
I'm good.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes? I think I heard Member Hughes move to approve the minutes. All our members, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Subcommittee Bertolo. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Hearing none. The January 19th, 2024 rescheduling, descheduling subcommittee meeting minutes pass. Moving on to item number 4. I'm going to open up discussion of draft report and recommendations of the subcommittee on rescheduling, descheduling of cannabis to the Cannabis Advisory Commission. And before I kind of open it up to the subcommittee as a whole, I want to make sure everybody had an opportunity to see the report, review it, and my intention was to make sure I had incorporated everything everyone had asked during our last meeting. And so my hope is I captured it all, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to open it up for discussion, and then if there's no recommended changes, we can kind of move on to the next item.
You captured all my changes. Thank you.
I'm really happy with it too. Thanks.
Yeah, and I thought the changes that were requested from Member Bertolo were really good. I think the addition of clarifying the cannabis and marijuana language was a great call. So nice call out there.
Yes, thank you all for making your comments last time. So it kind of gave us some time to sit on the report and make sure what we're presenting is what the subcommittee wants to proceed to the Cannabis Advisory Commission. So with that, I'm going to close the discussion and move on to item 5, consideration for the approval of report for the Cannabis Advisory Commission. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion for approval.
Thank you, Member Britton. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the report is finally approved to proceed to the Cannabis Advisory Commission. I know, I'm like, I feel like this was a lot of work, and I'm just really grateful to have served on the subcommittee with everyone and work with everyone and learn from everyone. So with that, the motion passed, and now the report will proceed to the Cannabis Advisory Commission for them to read and to review, and then decide whether they want to adopt, modify, or deny it. So moving on to item 6, final remarks. Kind of already made my final remarks. Thank you everyone for your time. I know this wasn't an easy lift and it certainly wasn't a lot of time to do what we did. And I know we didn't capture everything. I think there's certainly room for more studies and more discussions, but I hope that we captured the most we could in the time that we were given. And I'm just eternally grateful to have been appointed as chair on the subcommittee. And it's been a pleasure serving with everyone. So thank you. I'm not sure if anyone else wants to make any final comments before I close the meeting and move to public comment.
Yeah, Ashley, I'd like to just thank you for taking the charge on this. I think you did just an amazing job. And I think the advisory commission will be really happy with this report. So thank you for taking the lead, and it's been great working with everybody.
Thank you, Member Britton.
And this is Member Hughes. I would just second that. Actually, you've done a tremendous job on this report, and all the committee members with your input. I think the report was really good. So, thank you.
Thank you, Member Hughes. Okay, Bertolo, do you have any final comments, or are you good?
I think they've captured what I would say about your leadership. You were fantastic. Thank you so much. It was great to work with everybody.
Thank you. Thank you all, and thank you for your time. Moving on to the final item, which is item 7, public comment.
If you wish to provide public comment, click the raise hand icon at the bottom of your screen if joining by Zoom. If joining by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand. Chair, we have no public comment.
Okay, and I was just kidding. It's not the final item. Final item is item number 8, adjournment. So this meeting is adjourned, and this will be the last meeting of the subcommittee. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.